Hey everybody, we are live here in the Style Lab, and I'm Suze, your host. Thank you guys so much for being here with me every Wednesday live. Our current series right now is Feeling Good in Your Skin, and what better subject to be working with when it comes to the holidays and winter and wanting to look and feel your best for every occasion, for every day. So that's what we do here in the Style Lab, is we solve all of your style conundrums. And this series has been something new and something really fun, and I know that a lot of you have gotten so much out of. So if you're new here, please just pop in and let us know what your style challenges are. And every Wednesday we go through these and help you to look and feel good every day. So today we have a very special program along our series of looking and feeling good in your skin. I have an expert here who is a wellness advocate for Doterra essential oils. And my little buddy Sara here is going to give us a little bit of background on why it's so essential to have a protocol for natural solutions to support immunity. And we're going to dig into a little bit with regards to sleep issues and a few other things that are really going to help us feel good in our bodies this winter and beyond. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Sara, who's a fellow mom of twins, and we're going to give me a second here to get her on. There she is. Hello, Sara.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Welcome to the show. So Sara's joining us from California. Is that right?
New York.
New York. Where did I say California? I don't know why. Some reason I popped in my head like, oh,
she's in California right now.
I know. I wish we were in California right now. Oh my gosh, it's so cold in Chicago. I know it's cold in New York. And
it's really cold. If it was snowing, I wouldn't mind, but cold with no snow. No.
Right. Okay. Oh, there's one thing I forgot was, do you have headphones, Sara?
I do.
I forgot to put mine in because there's going to be background. I'm so out of it today. All right. If you could plug those in. Bear with us, people. Okay. All right. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Oh, good. Okay. We are in my spider web of a headphone situation here, which is not pretty, but it's going to sound so much better. We want to make sure that we always sound good on the show. It's funny because sometimes if the video image is not that good, it's kind of not as big of a deal as if you don't sound good, nobody can hear you, then there's no point. So anyway, all right, back to our program. So Sara, tell us a little bit about your background and what got you into this wellness industry, and we're so excited to learn from you. I've been following your Facebook community. You have a lovely group called Essentially Simple, which is two great words, essential and simple. And I've been learning on how to treat some issues with headaches and such from you recently. And so I'd love to hear about how you got into this, and just tell us a little bit more about you, and then we'll go into some of our questions about feeling good in our skin.
Yeah, of course. First off, can you hear me okay? I just put my AirPods in.
You're great. Yeah, you're great.
So my name is Sara. I have been with Doterra for 5 years, and I got into Doterra mainly for my children. I was a new mom of twins. They were preemies. They struggled with digestive issues and all the things. And I was just desperate to find something to support them that was natural. But it was a very overwhelming space for me when I first started. And that's why I chose the Facebook group and why I identify with Essentially Simple, because my goal for you and for the people that I help is just really to simplify this journey. It's so incredible, all the things you could do with oils. It doesn't have to be complicated. So that's really my main goal in getting the word out, is just giving you guys all the benefits, all the tools, and all the help without feeling that overwhelm that sometimes is associated with this world.
Right. Okay. Well, that is so. I love the way you kind of position that, because I know before I met you, I just thought of essential oils as something that you might add to your bath, which is great, but I thought of it so in a limited view. Even though I know, of course, that, essential oils are, part of world medicine for centuries and for millennia, right? And so I think it's this, and I'm very into holistic medicine. I've been seeing, a holistic, what we call now sort of functional medicine practitioner for years. I credit him for helping me to cure my sinusitis. And I had him treat myself and my boys for food allergies and sensitivities. So I'm really into this concept of how the essential oils play into that, because of so many different, ways that we don't even think about that we can help improve our health. So one of the things that I also like to focus on is how the oils can help with stress, because that was one of the things that I mentioned when introducing you here in the group yesterday, was like how can essential oils play a role in helping us reduce stress, and then I'll also ask you about diet, like the two things together. So if you could lean in on that would be great.
Yeah. So you just hit upon so many different points.
Yeah.
First on the functional medicine thing. So I strongly believe in modern medicine and holistic, and there's this integrative approach that's really the happy medium. And it's interesting because I feel like there's been such a shift in healthcare, pretty recently, over the last several years, and people are taking more of a proactive approach in their healthcare instead of a reactive. And it's this shift that's been kind of taking over. So people are looking closer at diet and different holistic type of things that they can do to just stay well, instead of just rushing to the doctor when they're sick and just treating symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And that shift is apparent even just when you're walking down the aisle in the store. You see organic things here and made with essential oils here. The industry is booming because there is a need, and because people want to make sure that they're taking a proactive approach instead of reactive. So the fact that you've been working with functional doctors for a bit is proves that is true as well. Mm-hmm. That it's a very common thing for people to be looking for other solutions instead of just the things that we're most familiar with and the things that we grew up with. And then in terms of stress, so stress is interesting because there's good stress and there's bad stress. So good stress, if you think of good stress, it's what motivates you. And if you're, really getting, trying to achieve a goal and you're getting all of these things done, you have this level of stress that helps you achieve goals that you're trying to reach. But then you get to this point where you fall off a cliff, and stress ends up being a little bit harmful to your body. So stress not only is is a mental state, but it impacts your body in ways that you don't even realize that it could really impact. Exhaustion, weight gain, even joint discomfort and things like that can all be linked back to stress. Mm-hmm. So I really think that thinking about stress and how it impacts the body is so important, and it's important to try to manage it because of the physical ailments that are sometimes associated with that stress and anxiety level.
Right, and not just managing by popping a pill or oh, I've got a stomach ache, I'll just take a Tums, and which is I think that's the challenge, is to understand that there are other methods that are better for our bodies, that are more sustainable, that are going to do a better job if we just take the time to learn. And I think that's the thing that can be even as stress is okay, now I got to learn how to do this, So so I guess I'd like to hear if you have some first steps. I know we want to talk a little bit about sleep and immune support too. But then it'd be great if you could give us like a couple of like, here are some things you could do. Like here are, first two things you should do.
Yeah, well, I think on the stress point, we'll lead into the sleep, because I feel
Okay.
like stress impacts your sleep and it impacts your immune health. So it's all linked together, right?
Right.
But on the stress point, something that I have been learning more about and trying to share more about is supplementation and how that impacts stress levels. So interestingly, and some of the ladies here might already know this, but there are several vitamins and minerals that actually impact stress levels. So if people are feeling stress and anxiety, a lot of times one of my first questions is, are you on a really good supplement? B vitamins, magnesium, vitamin C, all of those things can contribute to stress levels being high. And I feel like that's a good thing, that for overall wellness, health, immune support, all of that, it's great to be on a quality supplement anyway. And Doterra really is a wellness company, not just essential oils. So it's really an important piece of the puzzle when you're talking about overall wellness. But then you think about stress and how it impacts sleep and your immune system as well. And obviously there's oils that can support in both of those areas as well. So obviously having a solid supplement routine is key, but then having some other tools and essential oils to help support in areas such as sleep and immune support are also super helpful, especially at this time of year.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Do you want me to dive into some of the ingredients?
Yeah. I think, we definitely have hit on the challenges. I kind of wanted to just, sort of go over, like, what I'm thinking is the main challenges for most people, which is, how stress affects our immune system and our sleep, right? So like I said, it's all related. So if you were just starting out, I know a lot of people watching here are probably going to be thinking, okay, well, I definitely want to, kind of learn and dig in. Like, what would be the first couple of things that you would recommend if you're like a beginner to? I think most of us understand supplements, but then we also worry about, well, is it being absorbed? That's what I was worried about. It's like, okay, I could be taking supplements, but
100%.
But yeah. And
that's why the supplements with Doterra, I will be very honest, I was kind of a supplement hater for a long time. Just in that I felt like, I have a good diet, I'm getting all the things that I need, I love vegetables and all the things, and I didn't appreciate the need for a solid supplement until I started taking one and realized that shift, how incredible the shift was in terms of my mood, my stress levels, my energy, and all of those things that shifted with taking a really good supplement. Bioavailability is huge when you're talking supplements. So for Doterra specifically, our supplements are made with whole foods. Your body recognizes them as whole foods, so it processes them as such. Whereas if you go and look at the back of like the vitamins on like CVS compared to Doterra, you might see the same milligrams, but how they're making the ones in the drugstore they're not bioavailable. So your body does not even recognize them and understand how to really process them and give you all the benefits that you need from the supplement. So that's a really key point, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, and that's
in terms of
something. Go ahead. Oh, I've heard that before. Like, don't take the supplements from CVS or waste your money because it's just a bunch of garbage. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to, do that. But I get overwhelmed or confused. It's like, well, which one should I do, right? Yeah. So. Yeah,
and that's why I feel like Doterra kind of simplified that for me in terms of the supplements, because they have a trio of supplements that it's a one-stop shop. I have it covers your omegas, it covers your multivitamin and all of the cellular blend. It's all there for you.
Okay.
And actually, Doterra stands by this product so much that they actually offer a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not like blown away.
Okay.
By trying these vitamins, which is pretty incredible.
Sorry, I'm just like, I got the wrong plug. I'm gonna run out of battery. Okay, so there's a trio you were saying, and the other thing is like your internet picture seems to be like a little pixelated. So I'm just wondering if you're having a low internet, what do you call it, bars or low bars or whatever. If you could just like, I don't know if you can improve that or close some screens or I don't know.
I don't know. It looks good on my side.
Okay, it is a little pixely over here, but
I don't know.
you guys here in the
Hopefully-
Style Lab know
hopefully
that
it's streaming okay.
I focus on style and not tech. So I'm always like, what do I do now? All right, sorry, I got off topic. So how long would it take to know? So I have 30-day guarantee, that's great, but is 30 days enough to see an improvement, or how would I notice an improvement from this first step of regime? Would I see improvement in my sleep, or how would I kind of know that that's working? I guess that's a hard question.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is different. Every
Okay.
single person is a little bit different, and for me personally, it took me almost the whole month to realize, and I almost did not reorder because I was like, I don't know if this is working.
Right.
And then when I stopped taking them, that's when my body reacted. My body ended up, like, I was in this space, and even my husband picked up on it. I was taking the vitamins for 3 or 4 weeks, and then I was like, I don't really feel that different. Like, I'm not going to bother taking them anymore, or reordering them. And I went into this space where I was more irritable, my energy levels dropped, and even my husband was like, what happened? Like, the last couple of weeks you seemed off, which is very brave for him to say that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was the only thing that I changed in that period of time was that I stopped those supplements. So yeah, my husband and I both take them now religiously, and if we miss a day, we feel it. It's really interesting how once your body is getting exactly what it needs, how it reacts when you take that away. And that was the indication for me. But everybody is a little bit different in terms of their experience with, with supplements.
Right. And do you have probiotics too as part of the regime, or is that part of the trio, or?
The probiotics is separate, but I also, Doterra's probiotics are amazing. They're double encapsulated, so they don't need to be refrigerated, and they actually will make it farther down into the digestive tract because of how they are formulated. So the probiotics, the bacteria is getting exactly where it needs to be.
That's interesting.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, because I've been working on solving kind of a gut issue that I'm so afraid is coffee, that I might be allergic to coffee. I'm like, do you have a probiotic that protects the belly against coffee? It's a random question.
There's also a digestive enzyme that Doterra has that might help with that, but that's a product that I swear by. Just because of our processed diet, like everything that we have, 70% of our diet, whether you eat all fruits and vegetables or not, it's like 70% of our diet is largely processed, and your body doesn't really digest that food as well as whole foods. So adding in a digestive enzyme is actually super, super effective at helping just your whole body function better.
That is a good another layer, isn't it? I mean, even whole foods like fruits and vegetables, like you said. What do you mean by that's processed? So like, would you mean like if it's not organic, that it might have like pesticides or something, or? But if it's because I eat smoothies, like I have a smoothie usually late morning with. Now I can see this could be processed because it's protein powder, so it's processing in that, right? So I think of it as like, oh, it's healthy, it's protein powder, but
yeah, I mean, a lot of things that we consider whole foods do have an element of processing to them.
Yeah,
I mean, even if you think of milk, like, so if your diet is 70% vegetables, smoothies, and all of those things, that's amazing. It's amazing. It doesn't mean that your body doesn't still need support in digesting the other 30% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you think about like whole milk, I read somewhere once, and I actually keep this in mind when I go grocery shopping, to just stay on the outside perimeter of the grocery store.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Your fresh produce and all of the things that are less processed. But even whole milk, like there's a processing that goes on in that your body is, might not be used to, or needs some help in digesting. And what happens with the digestive enzymes in your body are very limited in terms of their, like, how many digestive enzymes are there. So if you need help breaking down food, your body will take metabolic enzymes from other places in your body. So then that's why that whole process actually really impacts a full body experience when you're talking about digestion. So like an example that I use often when I'm talking about Terrazyme, which is this digestive enzyme that Doterra offers, is Thanksgiving, which is very timely.
Yes.
But when you eat a big meal and you feel sluggish and you're like, oh my God, I ate so much, like
right.
your
Tryptophan?
body is working. Yeah,
Isn't that what
your
it's
body's
called?
working overtime. I think it is,
Yeah.
Your body is working
Which is
overtime
hormone.
to digest all of that food, and
Right.
it's making you sluggish because it has to pull enzymes from other areas of your body in order to work on digesting the food. It takes a lot of energy to digest.
So do you suggest we take it? Do you take the enzyme before, like Christmas meal? There's going to be another, big eating extravaganza coming up here for Christmas, New Year's. People have big meals. So would you take the enzyme before the meal, or when do you take it? I'm trying to prep.
I usually take it with the meal.
With the meal. Okay, so with your wine.
Yeah. You can take it before. Yes. I actually sometimes it's interesting because 70 to 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. So if I'm actually under the weather, I take Terrazyme on an empty stomach because I want to make sure that everything is just functioning optimally. So I'll wake up and I'll take my On Guard, which is one of the oils I would love to chat about briefly also. Yeah. And I'll take my Terrazyme as well, just to make sure that my immune system is good to go and fighting whatever it needs to fight.
Oh my God. Well, it sounds like to me like a really good process of figuring out what you need is to, hop on the phone with you. Maybe, Sarah, do you offer a short consult with people? So that's what I'm going to do with you. After this call, I'm going to set up a consult so I can basically tell you, these are my things. What do you suggest? And then you would, 5 years is a long time to be working with this company, where I would think you're really savvy and almost this very knowledgeable on helping us develop a plan, or at least what are the first things I should do. So I definitely want to let people know that they can do that.
100%. I love to set up consults, and it's really an important part of the process because everybody's goals are so different, and everybody has different ailments they're working through and different things they want to use natural solutions, supplements, essential oils for. It's a personalized path. So I will get on a call with anybody who's interested, talk through what your goals are, and we'll create a solution for you.
Great.
That's essentially what I do. So it's amazing because I love to. The best thing about what I do is getting those text messages saying oh my God, so and so slept through the night, or oh my God, my husband used to snore and he didn't snore last night, and all of these things that people don't even realize. Yeah, you don't even realize that essential oils just opens up a whole world of solutions to problems you didn't even realize that you had.
I have such a long list because my husband snores sometimes too. I
got you covered for that.
Anti-snore. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Well, before we sign off, because we're going to hop off here in a second, I didn't see any comments yet, but I'm sure we'll be getting some for the replay. And, please, guys, if you're watching and you have questions for Sarah, just put your comments in and we'll make sure and double back and answer those. But you had one thing that you wanted to mention. I don't remember what it was.
Is it on immune support?
Maybe, yeah. We got off on the subject of enzymes, but immune support.
I know. Well, immune support is I feel like just because we're approaching winter here, it's definitely on the top of a lot of people's minds. Yeah. So I have a very obviously supplements is key for immune support, but in terms of my routine with essential oils, On Guard is an oil blend that Doterra has that is incredible for immune support. And we use that daily. We use that even when we're cleaning my home for diffusing. I diffuse On Guard every single day in my kids' room and in my bedroom, along with my sleep support oils. And we apply it topically. There's several different ways that you can actually use your oils. And On Guard, we use it in all the ways because we want to stay healthy. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't get sick. We do get sick. We're human. But our bodies are strong. We have these tools that help support us through those sicknesses, and it really just makes sure that our bodies are functioning at their absolute best. And it's just incredible having, it's empowering having oils because it's not like I'm running to the pharmacy all the time because I need this for this ailment, this for this ailment. I literally open up my cabinet and I'm like, okay, this is what I have. this is what we're going through. Let me grab this oil. And it's just a shift in your perspective and how you
Yeah.
handle certain things
Yeah.
that come up.
Oh my
It's
God.
pretty incredible.
I love this. I love it. This has been so good. Thanks, Sarah, for coming on here. I'm going to put the link to Sarah's Facebook group, Essentially Simple, right, in here, because I want you guys to have a resource to reaching out to her, but also to learn from her, because she does trainings and workshops. I know that you did one recently, and you do them pretty frequently. So definitely, get on her list so you can find out when her next one is. So thanks so much, Sarah, for joining us. I feel like, oh my God, we could talk forever about this stuff. So
it's hard to narrow it down because
yeah.
it's so amazing.
There is a lot. There is a lot. It is a very, very deep subject, and there's so many different areas that we hit on. So I'm glad we could at least kind of get an overview. But thanks so much, Sarah, for joining us. And I'm just gonna sign us all out, and then you guys definitely follow up with Sarah, and I know I will be. All right, darling. Well, stay warm in New York. Like 24 degrees here yesterday and 30 today. So it's winter.
I shouldn't complain.
Winter is coming, or it's already here. But we'll see you soon in the group. Sarah's also in our group here, so she's around. So make sure you reach out to her. But thanks, guys, for joining us. I hope you have a very happy and stylish day. And the weeks ahead, we're going to be putting together some fun outfits for the holidays. It's like I'm wearing a little bit of bling today. I got my J. Crew earrings on and my Anthropology fun polka dot, little gold lame polka dot dress on. So we'll be putting together some holiday outfits, and maybe burning some of the doTERRA essential oils for immunity while we're getting ready for our parties.
Love it.
All right. Have a great day, Sarah. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Take care. Thanks so much, Suze.
Bye, guys.